You don't want the viewing?
When I die, I died of old age or something like that. I'm at that age where there's no suspicion of what caused me to die.
Yeah, but I mean, don't they normally have the body and everybody comes and cries over you?
I don't know. All I know, when they took Dorothy, they said that's the last time you're going to see her. And the Fairchild Funeral Home, I guess. Yeah, that's who I signed up for. And they called me up and says, we're taking your wife from the hospital now. We just want to let you know what's going on. And it says we will cremate her, and then we will take her take her out in the ocean, drop the ashes off. You know.
Okay.
Well, it was only $450. How about that?
Well, do you wish you would have been able to see her body then and said goodbye?
Hmm?
Do you wish you could have said goodbye to her body then? Do you wish you could have seen her one last time?
I didn't get to see her anymore. When after she died, I was the last one to see her alive.
Okay.
And Kim had been there, and I had to call her and tell her to come on back home come on back to the hospital real fast, and they had already taken Dorothy out of the room.
So she was already gone. There was nothing left then by the time Kim got back.
I was the last one to see her alive, you know.
Okay. Well, do you think she's going to be waiting for you on the other side?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Okay.
Hell yeah. I'm not a good swimmer, but I'll be there. Lord, yes. I'm all convinced.
That she's going to be waiting for you. Do you believe there's going to be a big white light? A big tunnel with a white light?
She's going to be waiting there, and probably the other wife will be there, and I'm going to apologize to her for being so mean, which I shouldn't have. It doesn't pay anybody to be mean.
Okay, so you think there's going to be a big white tunnel, and then the Dorothy and Barbara are going to be waiting for you?
Yeah, sitting right there.
You're going to be sitting right there. Okay. Who else is going to be waiting for you?
I don't know. I expect Kim to come down real fast and visit me after I pass away. I really do.
You do?
Don't ask me.
Well, you did say that it was going to affect her the worst. You thought that when you die, that's going to be bothering her the worst. So
it's just that the next person, when I die, I think Kim won't be able to handle it. You know, I'm just telling you what I think.
That's just your gut feeling on it.
Yeah. People can die from loss of a parent or loss of love or, you know, whatever.
Yeah, it's a lot of stress. That's true.
They sure can.
Okay.
So that's the way I think, that she won't be able to handle it.
Hmm.
So I've told Marco, I said, you should just move out of town. Why don't you move out of the other coast right now?
Matt Lachey, yeah.
Move out. Get out of here. He won't do it on account of his other kids here.
Oh.
So I said, all right. I said, just to let you know what's going to happen. He said, okay. He says, I know this.
Hmm.
So that's life. Now I'll die peacefully. I know that. I'll go to sleep. I won't wake up. That I know.
You already know that?
Oh, God, yeah. I'll die real peacefully.
Well, that's good to hear, Earl.
Tell you, when I wake up off the couch every morning, don't you think I don't say a prayer? God almighty.
Okay.
Don't nobody kid you. If I can open my eyes and look around and know where I am, I'm happy.
Hmm.
And eventually you'll reach that stage one day. I don't know when, but maybe 50 years from now.
Okay.
You'll get there.
Hmm. So you figure you're just going to go to sleep and then just not wake up and transition and head for the white light, and all your friends will be waiting for you?
That's it.
So, you said your brothers will be waiting for you too then.
Huh?
So your brother's going to be waiting for you over there too.
Yeah.
So there's going to be Barbara
they'll
and...
be there.
Pardon?
Everybody will be there that I want to see.
Okay.
And somebody said, won't it be crowded? I said, well, how do you know it's going to be crowded or not? You know, he said, I don't know. I said, there you go. You have no idea.
Okay.
The world is... The world, you know, well, you know our world where we live is nothing compared to what's out there. You know that, though.
What do you mean?
Of all the other planets, you never know if there's another planet is 200 million miles from here and have educated animals or something like that. I mean, you think about that sometimes.
Huh, okay.
You realize it, that we're not the only ones in this universe. And the universe stretches from eon to eon.
Yeah, that's true. There's a lot of things that could be out there.
So you just never know.
Hmm.
And we'll find out one day.
Hmm.
If we don't blow ourselves up, kill ourselves fighting, stuff like that, that's the stupidest thing in the world, I think.
So
We'll
when
have wars from hell knows where. We always will.
Oh,
There's been wars, you know that all your life. There's been wars.
that's true.
And just nothing we can do about it.
Well, when you get to heaven, what is it you're going to want to do first? When you get to heaven, what are you going to want to do first?
I see some people.
Okay, just spend time with the people you lost, huh?
Yeah, just see some people. Talk to them, sit down.
Oh, your cars. Are you going to want your cars, your favorite vehicles to drive around? What's your favorite vehicle, Earl?
I don't. 1940 six-wheel Buick.
So you're going to be looking for a 46 Buick waiting for you when you get to heaven.
I had one. Six wheels.
Well, it'll be waiting for you when you go through that tunnel. Then you'll be.
It's awful pretty.
You'll be driving around heaven in that 1946 Buick then.
Yeah. 1940.
Oh, it's a 1940 Buick. Okay, yeah. Earl will be tooling around heaven in his 1940 Buick.
Yep.
Visiting all his old friends.
Yep, I sure will. I might trade in and get an airplane. You never know what you're going to do. You know that.
Oh, so you'll have a Buick to drive around and an airplane when you want to get to some place.
Oh, yeah, I just may fix a Buick where it'll fly. You never know.
Okay, a flying Buick. I like that. Hey, well, they had that Cuban 57 Chevy truck that they turned into a boat. They put a propeller on it.
Yeah.
So no reason you couldn't have a 1940 Buick that flies.
There's nothing wrong with that. They've done this now. They put an engine, or they put a wing on a propeller. They did on a, I might say, a little Nash Rambler.
Huh.
And they folded the wings, and the propeller was on the back, and the engine was on the back.
Yeah.
And they flew it.
Okay.
God damn, there's records of that. I mean, they did that since 1940s.
Okay.
They flew the darn thing, but they thought of an airplane in every garage, but it's not gonna. It just didn't work, you know.
It just didn't work out that way.
Yeah, nobody wanted to pursue it. You know, the airlines wouldn't want that. Everybody had a little car that you.
That's true. Then you wouldn't need their airplanes.
And take off and fly, but they did a little Nash Rambler. You want to check the books out? You'll find it in the books. I'm sure.
Hmm.
It flew.
Huh?
Didn't fly much, but they showed it flying off the ground, though, that's for sure, you know.
Uh-huh.
They didn't want to take a chance of killing somebody.
Okay.
Okay, we got what? What's the weather? We know what the weather is.
They said it was going to be windy.
Yep. For the week.
Hey, say that again, Earl.
I feel so good.
So you're not feeling any pain at all?
No pain at all right now.
Okay. Anything you want to say to Marco or Kim?
Nope, I talked to Kim all evening.
Okay.
Marco, I hope you win the ball game.
Okay.
That's it.
So you're not feeling any pain at all? You're not feeling woozy? You know what day it is?
Yep.
Who's the president?
Obama.
And you don't need anything? You got plenty of ice cream?
I got plenty of ice cream. I just ate some.
You just had, here, we're going to do the close-up. Okay, let's be a big smile. Hey!
Ain't a pretty one, though. But I'll
Sure
get them
it is.
fixed tomorrow.
What are you going to do tomorrow, Mark?
I'm going to get new dentures.
Let me see your teeth.
Well,
Oh, there is no bottom teeth. That's what you're saying.
here it is, but it's the old one. The new ones I had to have broken on the floor, and that's what I was doing out in the backyard looking for them. That's the only thing I know of.
Okay, so you're telling me, let me get this straight, that you were out in the backyard
Your
on your
mother.
hands and knees at night looking for your dentures in the
Yes,
backyard.
your mother told me that. 2 o'clock in the morning.
Okay, we're recording the Earl house here with all its paraphernalia. Putting the TV.
And your mother said I was 2 o'clock out there looking for something. So it
Okay.
had to be my dentures because I had no idea where they are.
Okay, but you don't remember anything, though.
No,
You
I
had
don't.
2 days you didn't remember
No,
anything.
I don't remember anything.
But you remember being in the hospital, though.
Yeah, eventually.
Eventually, okay, but not at first.
Not
when
the
you first
first
left.
day. No, not the first day.
Okay.
No.
Alrighty. So what did you do today, Earl? What was your exciting adventure for today?
Oh boy. I carried 3 light bulbs in there. I made your
Wow.
bed. I fixed myself a little breakfast. I made my bed.
Okay.
I
This is
didn't
the
go out
Earl
to the
bed?
mailbox because it hurts too much to walk down that ramp.
Okay.
And I've read some books and eaten good. And that's it. That's what I've done all day.
That's your day. Okay, what are you going to do tomorrow?
I'm going to try and go down and get new dentures. If that don't work, I'm going to get new glasses.
Okay, I know one thing I want to get on record. Back there is the Bronze Star. So tell me the story of the Bronze Star,
No.
Earl. Nope? Okay.
Nope. You
Then
don't want to
don't
hear it.
Okay. Alrighty.
That's it.
Okay. Wave goodbye, Earl.
Oh. Hasta la vista, baby. I'll be back.
Okay.
And my dad would go down to that garage or dealership every day and count the cars that come in, you know.
Yeah.
And maybe we was number 110, something like that, but he says, our cars are coming in this week. And we went down there, and sure enough, they said, Minner, we got 2 4-door Plymouth stick shifts for you, radio and heater. $17.95 each.
Wow.
My dad took his and went home, and I took mine and drove it across the street to a taxi cab stand, and they gave me $1,000 extra for what I paid for the car.
My gosh.
Because it's a taxi and they needed them, you know.
Uh-huh.
So,
Where did you get the money to pay for the
oh
car?
Christ, money, that's money wasn't any object.
Why
Never
not?
had been. No, but
What did you have a lot of?
$1,800 isn't much money, you know that.
Did they give you a lot of money in the army?
Huh?
When you got out of the army, did they give you money and you used that to buy the car?
No, I had money. I mean, Dad had money, I had money. Money was no object in our family. To me, it wasn't, you know. I never wanted anything.
That's good. What did your dad do?
He worked at a factory for about 40 years, just making paper, you know.
Up in Ohio?
In Hamilton, yeah.
Okay.
And I got, when I got out of the army, I went to General Motors up in Dayton, Ohio.
Okay.
And I was up there for 10 years. And then my dad says, well, why don't you come on down here to the factory where he's working? I said, well, can you get me in? He says, just stay home a day or two. So I stayed home, and they called me up at that factory where my dad worked. They says, Mr. Minner, I said, yes, you've been highly recommended. Come on in, we want to hire you. You know,
wow.
No shit, they didn't know.
Okay.
So I went in, and they hired me, and they put me on a shift, you know, 3 to 11 one week, 11 to 7, stuff like that, you know.
Yeah.
And I was telling my dad, I said, Dad, I don't like this shift. I just want all-day work.
Mm-hmm.
So about a week later, they called me in, Mr. Minner, we're going to put you on all-day work
Oh, jeez.
and send you to school to become a sheet metal locksmith.
Wow.
I says, and I attend school 3 days a week up there where I was working. The other 2 days I worked in the factory.
Okay.
And that's what I done for 4 or 5 years. Then Dorothy was so sick, I had to get out of town. And that was it. I left.
Okay.
Packed up and left.
So you were at GM for 10 years, and that's when you met Dorothy and married her?
Pardon?
You were working for GM for 10 years, and that's when you met Dorothy and married her?
Yeah. I met Dorothy, yeah. When I come out of the Army, I met Dorothy.
How did you meet Dorothy?
Probably at a bar.
Okay.
I'd have to say it, you know.
Okay.
Or American Legion, one of the two. I don't know, American Legion could have been.
How long did you know her before you married her?
I knew her in January, February, and we got married in October.
Okay, so less than a year then.
Yeah, 6 or 9 months, 1946 we got married.
Okay. And you got out of the Army in 1945, didn't you?
Yeah, Christmas Eve, believe it or not.
Christmas Eve, okay.
It's hard to believe, but I did.
Were you already back home, or where were you when you got out then? Where were you Christmas Eve? Were you back in Ohio?
Yeah, I was over in Camp Atterbury, Indiana. I had gotten sick when I snuck home. I went back over to Camp Atterbury, and I gotten sick with dysentery, and they put me in a hospital over there. I said, oh shit, here I am living 90 miles away, and I'm in a hospital. So I had to stay in there. They weren't going to turn me loose. So I stayed there maybe a week, I guess, and they said, okay, you got your dysentery under control, but you're going to have to check out every month. And they gave me the name of a hospital in Hamilton where I lived, you know.
Yeah.
And every month I go over there and get myself checked out for dysentery or hookworm, and I've still had it.
Ew.
So they started giving me a pension. And for 5 years I got a pension because I had to go every month and they'd check the stool.
Okay.
And every month I had dysentery or hookworm.
Oh my gosh.
So it took 5 years to get rid of it. They was giving me medicine and everything.
That's pretty bad, Earl.
Ain't that something?
That's an interesting story.
Yeah, God, yeah.
Okay.
But they treated me nice.
Okay. And you came to Florida because you liked the
I came to Florida because Dorothy was going to die up in Hamilton.
Okay. Alrighty.
She was too sick to live. It was cold, you know.
Yeah.
Bad weather, get her coughing, and she couldn't do it.
Okay.
So.
So now, how did Kim come along to the picture? Tell us the Kim story.
Pardon?
Kim's story. How did Kim get into the picture then?
Kim? Oh, have to stop and think. Oh, well, we adopted 2 boys. She found out she couldn't get pregnant, so we went to adoption agency. And yes, Mr. Minner, we got 2 boys here. If you'd like to have them, 5 and 6. I said, we'll take anything.
I'll take anything, okay.
So we took the 2 boys and went through the agency, adopted them. They were ours. And Dorothy's mother's sister lived 2 doors from us.
Okay.
And she got pregnant and didn't have a husband.
Okay.
So Dorothy had called her at the hospital and says, you have a little girl, don't you? Oh, yeah. Says, well, could we have her? And she said, well, what are you going to do? I said, well, Dorothy said, we're going to adopt her.
Okay.
And the woman says, well, yes. So 3 days after the baby was born, it was at our house.
Oh.
And we adopted her, and that's it.
Oh.
That's how we got her.
Okay, so she was actually a relative then. She wasn't just a stranger.
Yeah, she's relative, yeah.
Okay.
Isn't that odd, though?
So she's related to Dorothy then. Okay.
Isn't that a story? That's...
Yeah.
Never odd, but that's the way it is.
I like the story you said about how you came home when there was a baby and you asked Dorothy, whose baby is that? She said, it's ours.
Yeah. Oh, God, yeah. But we had no problem for any... I don't know who had strings in that town, but, man, we had no problem with anything.
What do you mean?
Anytime I wanted anything, I'd tell my brother-in-law, my brother, and it would happen. You know, in the new house we bought, the stove didn't work right.
Uh-huh.
I didn't like it, and I told my brother. The next day they brought down a new stove and put it in the house. No charge, you know.
Nice.
Or I had a leak in my basement, and I told my brother. The next day they was down there putting new cement on the basement, you know, stuff like that.
That's great.
It's just who you know, you know.
Uh-huh.
And I think we paid $9,000 for the new house, $49 a month.
Oh, my goodness.
And when we sold it, we sold it for $14,000.
Okay.
Don't ask me. So we come down here and bought Dorothy's sister's house for $9,000.
Okay.
One on 13th, 802 Northwest 13th Avenue, 13th Court.
Okay.
And we paid $9,000 for that. And we sold that. We got $64,000. Now you want to know where the money comes from? That's where it comes from.
Wow.
And then we bought a townhouse, and I traded the townhouse for this house, even deal.
Okay.
So that's it.
Okay.
That's how you work it. Now, I don't know who paid for what, but I never worried.
That's good. That's how it should be.
Yeah. But I think down here now, Marco, I know Marco checks on me all the time.
He's pretty good to you, I must
Buys me
say.
everything I need.
Feeds you very well.
Gets me all my medicine, takes me to the doctors, you know, stuff
Yep.
like that. Helped me, I made out my wills and all that crap, you know.
Uh-huh.
He took care of it for me. I don't have to worry. He has a copy of everything, and I have a copy. We did it right. Went to a lawyer. You know, it's all right.
That's good. So you got everything taken care of.
Yeah, everything all taken care of, yeah. I'm going to be cremated
Okay.
and put in the ocean like Dorothy was. She wanted to go in the ocean, go swimming. I said, all right. So I'm going to go out swimming with her when I pass away.
That sounds good. Anything else you want special at your funeral? You're gonna have a big part. Are you gonna have a big party for your funeral?
Well, I don't know what to have. I don't think I'll be there.
I don't think you'll be there. Okay.
I don't know what they're going to do.
So you don't have any last wishes then on what to...
I'm going to feel sorry for Kim, that's for sure, but beyond that, I don't know.
Okay.
And my two sons, one of them was in Vietnam and got shot 16 times.
Mm-hmm.
Cut his leg off here. And he got the big pension. He got 100% all the time.
Okay.
And he's still alive.
Uh-huh.
In New York, and he had a brother, younger brother, and the younger brother's dead. He OD'd maybe about 3 years ago.
Uh-huh.
And I have a granddaughter that I haven't made contact with her in over a year, but she's alive, and I got pictures of her. She just had a baby. She didn't get married, didn't even have a husband. She says, I don't want a husband. I just want a baby, you know.
Wow.
So she's 30 or 40 years old, and she used to box.
Oh my goodness.
Ain't that something?
Yep, that's interesting.
But now she goes to school. Everything that you can do through the state, she does it. The state probably pays for her rent, you know, all that kind of stuff. Once you're in that system, anywhere you go, you stay in it.
Uh-huh.
So I'm sure they pay for her food, her rent, and stuff like that.
Okay, but she made contact about a year and contacted you?
I got a letter. She sent me a picture of the baby and everything else.
Well, that was nice of her.
Eventually, I'm going to go up there because I got her address in New York.
Okay. What's her name? Do you remember?
Selena. Are you ready? Selena Erlina Mentor.
Ah!
See
oh my
the
goodness.
Erlina in there?
Yeah, that's pretty cute, Earl.
That's why I tell everybody, if you name your child Erlene, I'll give you $1,000.
Wow.
And nobody does it. She did. I give her $1,000. Sent it up to her.
Aw.
That's what
Well,
I
I'm
wanted.
glad to hear that, Earl.
And she would come down here. I know if I told her to come on down, she would come down. But, you know, once it's been 7, 8, 10 years since I've actually seen her.
Yeah.
So, she's living her own life. She's got her own apartment. Still going to school.
Mm-hmm.
She's 40 years old. That's something?
Yep.
God almighty, that is something. One died, OD'd. One's still alive. God almighty. How about that for a family?
Yep, that's quite a story, Earl.
That's something. My brother was a millionaire. I didn't know that.
Oh, the one up in Ohio?
That's where it all come in.
That's where your free stove came from, huh?
Yeah, because when I forget, well, he married a farmer's daughter.
Uh-huh.
And she's very nice. She's very intelligent. She's one of the smartest girls in school, you know.
Yeah.
And my brother went in the Army. And Florence, that was her name. My brother had to get Mom and Dad to sign. I think my brother was only 17 then.
Yeah.
When he married her, so somebody had to sign papers for him. But my brother's father-in-law had a big farm, and he had cattle on there. And
Okay.
you couldn't sell cattle. The government run it.
Huh.
Well, he had another farm which
Yeah.
he sold the cattle from.
Okay.
And back then it was black market. And the same thing with gasoline. You only
Okay.
got 3 gallons a week. Well, he had a big farm and had tractors, and the government gave him gas, but they put a coloring in the gas.
Uh-huh.
So they come around and checked your automobile and found that green gasoline. They knew you were cheating.
Gotcha.
Supposed to go in their tractor.
Uh-huh.
So he was doing something, I don't know, to get away with it, but 4 years he sold illegal beef. In 4
Okay.
years he become a millionaire. You know, but he had maybe 200 head of cattle,
Uh-huh.
and got back there, and you know, the other farm, they would butcher them or sell them or get them out.
Uh-huh.
But that's how they all made their money.
Hmm.
I just sat back and watched him.
Wait, I thought you said he was in the Army, though. Wasn't he in the Army?
Yeah, he was in the Army from 40, well, I was in 43, God almighty, 43, 44, 45, and before he went in the Army, they shipped him to St. Louis, put him in the Army and put him in St. Louis to learn secret messages.
Okay.
You know, be a
Yeah,
what do you call it,
encryption, yeah.
spy or something like that, you know.
Yep. Okay.
And
Cryptology.
That's what he done up there in St. Louis for about a year. Then they put him in seas and shipped him over to not Guadalcanal, Guam or something like that. I remember that.
Okay.
And he would keep in touch with him. Maybe once every 5 months we each would exchange a letter, you know.
Uh-huh.
That was it. And then come home and everything was all right. His picture's over there way over there on the wall.
Okay.
It's my brother and me and a neighbor man up the street. The neighbor man is dead. My brother's dead. What can I say? My aunt, my mom, my dad, my sister.
Gee.
That's
How many Americals are still left?
Huh?
How many Americal guys are still left?
13.
Okay.
Well, there's only 13 at that meeting out of, maybe 18 or 20,000. Only
Okay.
13 showed up, and I was one of them.
Okay.
That's why I got a picture over there. They took a picture. Carol and I, they took a picture. Put it in the magazine.
Oh.
And that's it, kid.
Okay.
It's a good story. Well, everybody's got stories, you know. What
Yep.
can I say? I'm trying to figure. Somebody told me that I should go up to VA. They're up there in North Florida. I can go up there on kind of my leg and everything.
Yeah?
But I'd have to stay up there 6 months at a time.
Huh.
I said, no, I don't want to, you know.
Okay.
And somebody told me there's a VA camp around here. You go for 10 days for therapy and talking, you know, bullshitting and, you know, trying to get some of your worries. But you got to stay there 10 days at a time.
Okay.
And it's local here.
Okay.
But you move there, wherever it is.
Okay.
I don't know who the hell. Somebody was telling me I should go.
Why would you go?
Well, I don't know, because I don't know anything about it. And I don't want to leave anywhere. I just don't want to go.
Okay.
I'm not scared. It's just that
Well, you get nervous. Would that maybe help you when you feel nervous?
That's true. I get real nervous if I have to do something wrong.
Okay. So maybe they're thinking if you went to the VA, they'd have somebody to help talk about your nervousness, maybe. Maybe that's what they meant.
Oh, God, yeah, but I'd have to stay in their hospital. My youngest son was in the... We were home, and the government or the Army or somebody gave him a new automobile. I forget who it was.
Uh-huh.
And since he only had one leg, you know, he had a hard time standing up there to wash the car in our driveway.
Yeah?
And he was washing his car, and he slipped on the good leg and went down the stump, hit the running board.
Oh, jeez.
And it split open. And
Oh.
there I was, bleeding like hell, and him sitting there and hollered. So I threw him in the car, and drove him down to the hospital in Miami.
Yeah.
I don't know the name of it. And blood running out, and I thought, my God, I gotta hurry up. So I'm driving. It was a SS Chevrolet Super Sport.
Uh-huh.
And I was driving 120 miles an hour, and I thought sure a cop would come up and catch me. And I tell him, I said, man's bleeding to death.
Yeah.
But no cop ever showed up, and I was driving 120 miles an hour. And I don't think it was I-95 then.
Okay.
He just had a single road going down there.
Yeah.
But I got him down there and got him in, and he said, we're going to keep him at least a week or 2 weeks. I said, all right.
Wow.
So I left him, come on home.
Uh-huh.
Cleaned his car up and parked it over in the grass over there, left it over there. Boy, it's amazing people have stories, really.
Yep.
Just amazing.
This is pretty much the demise of public education. The bill ties half of teachers' salaries to students' achievement on standardized tests.
Especially me, I've had some good stories in my life.
Yes, you have, Earl.
But everybody has. You just don't know about them. I heard I'm telling you shit I haven't told anybody in 50 years.
The Miami-Dade School Board passing a resolution formally denouncing the bill, unanimously saying it shifts control away
70 years. 60, you see. I'm 85. 75, 65. 60 years ago, I did all this shit. I'm part of it.
Anything you wish you would have done differently? What would, if you had it to do again, Earl, what would you do differently?
Go to church.
Go to church? Okay.
Exactly, I would go to church. When I was laying in a foxhole over there, and I was scared shitless, I said, Lord, you let me live, and I'll go to church every Sunday. I never did, though. And when I was in the hospital here last time, a priest came up, and I told him that story. He says, my God. I said, no, that's true.
Well, what religion were you raised?
Huh?
What religion were you raised?
My age?
No, what religion?
Oh, Protestant, Baptist, I don't know.
Well, you talked to a priest in the hospital?
Well, yeah, he had a white collar.
Oh, okay, so he could have been just about anything then.
Yeah,
no,
he
sir.
could have been anything.
Oh, okay.
He had the church up in Boca, he said, but
Okay.
And I just told him when I said, Lord, let me live, and I'll go to church every Sunday. He said, I've heard that before.
So
I come out all right. I'm amazed. Except for just being sick all the time.
Okay.
Oh, well.
That is just one person with
Now, I'm telling you stuff I don't think I've ever told.
Teachers still coming here to tell
It's like I tell your mom a lot of stuff that, I talk to her and she understands it. She tells me stuff that you never know about her.
Well, that's true.
That's the way life is, though.
Yep.
Chris did not see Annie Pearl Curtis, a bus driver for 20 years. She worries a provision in Senate Bill 6 calling for schools to withhold 5% of their budgets for testing could affect her. Teachers from Miami-Dade bringing hundreds
We was over there trying to vote. Remember, we were voting, remember?
Yes.
And I went in, I says, Marco, I don't have my driver's license.
Performance of their students leading to the Tallahassee.
He says, what do you got? I says, I got a gun permit. He says, that's all right. We went up there and told the lady, he says, this is Earl Minner, he's my father-in-law, and he doesn't have a driver's license, but he got this gun permit. She said, okay. I handed the gun permit. She took off this. Sign your name. I voted.
Okay. So who won the election?
Huh?
Who won the election?
I don't know. Ain't that awful? I have no. It's either Grace or
Jones.
I don't know. I lost a couple days here recently. I don't know.
Okay.
Why is that? Well, I'll explain it
I have no idea
in much
who
greater
won.
detail fairly soon.
After a day which saw teachers, parents, and bus drivers visiting his Capitol offices, the pressure is intense for Annie and others fighting the bill.
This is gonna be a
It boils
doozy here.
down to three little
What
words.
is?
Right here, what they're doing.
Oh,
One
okay.
Northern high school teacher who sat down with Governor Christ in his office for an hour says she doesn't know which way he's leaning.